Why a composite about Sarai and Sarah? Sarah, originally named Sarai, is a pivotal figure in the Genesis narrative and the broader biblical story. She was the wife of Abraham and the mother of Isaac. Despite initial disbelief and laughter at God's promise of a child in her old age, Sarah's life showcases God's faithfulness and the fulfillment of his promises. Her transformation from Sarai to Sarah symbolizes a shift from barrenness to becoming the mother of nations, demonstrating God's power and grace. Sarah's legacy is one of faith, albeit imperfect, as she navigated challenges such as barrenness, giving Hagar to Abraham, and the subsequent tension that arose. Her story intersects with key themes of covenant, promise, and fulfillment. As a matriarch, she holds a significant place in the lineage leading to Israel and ultimately to Jesus Christ. In our times, Sarah's story reminds us of God's faithfulness to his promises and his ability to work through imperfect people. The cross-references from Exodus, Malachi, Deuteronomy, Hosea, John, and Isaiah highlight that, like Sarah, we are chosen and cherished by God, called to be his treasured possession and witnesses to his grace and power. Stay tuned as we delve into the relevance of the meaning of Sarah's life for today's world. Genesis 12 verses 1 to 20. Sarah, originally named Sarai, was the wife of Abram, later Abraham. Abram and Sarai went to Egypt during a famine. Abram asked Sarai to say she was his sister to protect him. Pharaoh took her into his house, and God plagued Pharaoh's house because of her. Genesis 16 verse 1. Sarai was barren and had borne no children. She gave her Egyptian maid, Hagar, to Abram as a wife, hoping to obtain children through her. Genesis 17 verses 1 to 22. God established his covenant with Abram, changing his name to Abraham and Sarai's name to Sarah. God promised that Sarah would bear a son, Isaac, and she would be the mother of nations. Genesis 18 verses 1 to 15. 3 visitors, angels, came to Abraham. Sarah overheard the promise of a son and laughed in disbelief. The Lord questioned her laughter, reaffirming the promise. Genesis 21 verses 1 to 13. The fulfillment of God's promise. Sarah gave birth to Isaac. She asked Abraham to cast out Hagar and Ishmael, which God supported, stating that Isaac would be the heir. Genesis 17 verses 15 to 16. Promise. God changed Sarai's name to Sarah and blessed her, promising that she would be the mother of nations and kings. Genesis 18 verses 10 to 15. Promise and reaction. The Lord promised a son to Sarah. She laughed in disbelief, but God reaffirmed the promise. Genesis 21 verses 1 to 7. Fulfillment. Sarah bore Isaac, and she expressed joy and amazement at God's fulfillment of his promise. Sarah's life, as depicted in the Bible, offers numerous lessons and insights that are relevant and applicable to modern life. Here are key aspects of her story that resonate with contemporary themes and challenges. 1. Faith and patience. Sarah's story. Despite her initial doubt and impatience, Sarah eventually witnessed the fulfillment of God's promise with the birth of Isaac. Her journey teaches the importance of faith and patience in waiting for God's timing. Relevance today. In a fast-paced world where instant gratification is often sought, Sarah's story reminds us to trust in God's timing and to remain patient and steadfast in our faith, even when situations seem impossible. 2. Transformation and identity. Sarah's story. Sarah's transformation from Sarai to Sarah symbolizes a significant change in her identity and purpose. This name change marked a new beginning and a divine blessing. Relevance today. Many people struggle with issues of identity and self-worth. Sarah's transformation underscores that our true identity is found in God's purpose for us, and that He can bring about profound changes in our lives, giving us new purpose and direction. 3. Overcoming doubt. Sarah's story. Sarah initially laughed in disbelief at the promise of having a child in her old age. However, she overcame her doubt and eventually celebrated God's faithfulness. Relevance today. Doubt is a common human experience, especially in the face of challenging circumstances. Sarah's journey from doubt to belief encourages us to confront our doubts and to trust in God's promises, knowing that He is capable of doing the miraculous. 4. Family and legacy. Sarah's story. As the mother of Isaac, Sarah played a crucial role in the lineage of Israel. Her legacy is tied to the fulfillment of God's covenant with Abraham. Relevance today. In a world where the concept of family is evolving, Sarah's story highlights the importance of family and the lasting impact of our actions on future generations. It reminds us to value our roles within our families and to consider the legacy we leave behind. 5. Resilience and hope. Sarah's story. Sarah faced numerous challenges, including barrenness and conflict with Hagar. Despite these hardships, she remained resilient and hopeful, ultimately experiencing God's blessing. Relevance today. Life's difficulties can sometimes be overwhelming. Sarah's resilience in the face of adversity serves as an inspiration to maintain hope and perseverance, trusting that God can bring about positive outcomes even in the most difficult situations. 6. Role of women. Sarah's story. Sarah's story is significant in the patriarchal context of the Bible, highlighting the crucial role of women in God's plan. Relevance today. Sarah's life encourages the recognition and appreciation of the contributions of women in all spheres of life. It promotes the idea that women are integral to God's purpose and plan, deserving of respect and honor. A composite of Sarah's life provides a rich tapestry of themes that are deeply relevant to today's world. Her story teaches us about faith, identity, overcoming doubt, the importance of family, resilience, and the significant role of women. By studying Sarah's life, we can draw valuable lessons that help us navigate our own journeys with greater faith, patience, and hope, trusting in the promises and faithfulness of God.